everyone, it is Susie and I hope you are all doing well. I have got so many fun journals to show you. I have not uploaded a video for I think about 2 weeks or so. And one is I have really been busy trying to make some journals. I've been working on some Christmas ideas that I wanted to get ready since we're moving kind of into the holidays. And plus I have my grandson, which is an impossibility when he is here to do anything. He is full attention. So anyway, but I have really made some journals that I hope you like. I have had a ball making the hard-covered ones. I've got a soft-covered one that's a really kind of just mixed media kind of journal, and it was so fun. This here is the one I'm going to show you first. And Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah had sent me some time back a couple of her kits. And I had one that I did use. It had the birds and it was absolutely gorgeous too. But this one is the Secret Garden. And it is beautiful. I'm going to actually put the link to Tina's shop in the description box. Be sure and go check out her kits. They're beautiful. But this is what it looks like printed on like a white paper. And here, these are beautiful. Now I did, because I wanted mine to be vintage, I have printed them on coffee stained paper, which is usually what I do normally anymore when I make journals. And this is about a little over a fourth by right at 5, which is basically, I have a couple other hard-covered journals that are basically about the same size. This one here is a little bit bigger. It'll be about a 7.5 by 5, and then these two are pretty close to the same size. So that is the size of the hard-covered journals. This is so cute. I picked this up on our last trip to Iowa when we went to the big flea market at Watt Cheer, Iowa that they have. We stopped at a little, some antique shops along the way up and along the way back, and I actually had found this at some place that we had stopped. Now I do have this. This is not going to fall apart. I have reinforced that. It's not going to come apart. It's just an aged book, and so that's kind of what you get. But I have glued it up. It's been reinforced with tape and whatnot, so it's not going to come apart. If it does, I would be very, very surprised. It's pretty much attached to this part of the book as well. So anyway, this is the collection, The Secret Garden, which was absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I did put it on coffee stained paper, which, by the way, I have to tell you, in the shop I do have some not coffee stained but tea stained paper. I've kind of got off the coffee dye and I've started tea staining because it's a little more brownish, and so I've been going on the tea stain side. But I do have some tea stain paper in the shop that I had time to do a little bit of quantity there, so I actually have some available in the shop. I have some tea stained seam binding that is available in the shop. I have, here's some of that. I have ironed it so it's not crinkly. And if you do like it crinkly, all you got to do is spritz a little water on that seam binding and it crinkles. Put it in your hand, give it a little bit of a crush, and just let it dry, and it will crinkle on you. So that is new to the shop. Of course, the sunflowers. Oh gosh, I don't know what all Sharon's got in there, but she's made sure that she's got herself stocked up in there. Sunflowers are adorable. Working on something right now with that. I'm telling you guys, I have really been, I guess I have been in the journal mood because I have really been going with the journals. But here are some of the sunflowers. And like I said, I'm working on a project right now with the sunflowers, so can't wait to show you that. But they are in the shop. Spider webs are in the shop for Halloween. And just been trying to get things stocked up. I got some new items in the shop as well. Been trying to kind of stock up with some new things in there. So anyway, getting back to the journal. I just get sidetracked here. Let's get back to the journal. And here is, these are just beautiful images. Everything in this kit is from, in this journal is from Tina's kit. It is so beautiful. Used some, of course, some vintage paper there. There's a wildflower there in the mint. Just kind of made a little booklet there. She's got several little envelopes that you can cut out and put in your journals there in her kit. Here is just a little receipt. Some more of that beautiful paper. This is vellum here. I've just did some collaging on the vellum. Here is a page from the kit. This was actually a page, and I have just actually cut it to make a little, you know, flip over your page there. That's what I did, but I had cut a page apart. Love, love, love this paper. And then here is a tag, and I've added a little bit of the music paper there on the back. And then here is a tag, and it is just the paper. I didn't back it. And then here is just a little booklet I've added. I'm going to try to go a little quick here so that I can get all 4 journals in this video. And then, of course, a little collage on that vellum again. Look how beautiful that collaged on that paper is. And then I've added a little place on the back there. This is just a little, it is empty, ready to be filled. And then here is some more of that pretty vintage music sheet there. This here is a little, this is actually, I'll tell you how I did this. I have a long envelope, and I've just cut each part of the side off. And then what it does, I've just got it where you can open it up and you could journal all on there. And then I've put the little book in there for you to journal as well in. So I've just set it in there and put a little paper clip on it and set it in the, and of course there's that beautiful image there. And then just set it in the center of the signatures. And then here is another one of the little receipts from the kit. Whoops. If I can't get that just in there a little bit better. And then a wallflower and just a little piece of ephemera from the kit. Got it on the vellum. And I love this because you can see the music sheet through there where it was backed. And then here is another little pocket and just a little journaling paper there. Those are some of my scraps that were cut off. Love using up the scraps. And then here is just a little booklet as well that sets in this little piece of the glassine. And here is another. I've just downsized this. It was bigger, and I've downsized it to fit in the pocket. Here is another little tag backed in the music paper. Here's another glassine, and it is empty. I always like to think that I would put receipts or photos in those glassines. They're just the perfect size for that. And then another receipt here attached. Another piece of the vellum that I've just collaged on. And there is the book. So pretty, so frilly, so fun. There it is. I love making the hardcovers. I've got so many books that I have bought that I told myself I have got to start making the journals in them, because I simply have too many of these. So it's time to, every time I see one of these books that I have, you know, that has the images on them, I always buy them if they're not too expensive. These will have a little piece of this ribbon tied on them too. I actually had to do this video twice because for some reason it would not upload to the computer. So anyway, it kept giving me an error. So I actually, these were all tied just like this, but and they will come tied with a little vintage ribbon. So I just didn't worry about tying them back once I knew I was going to have to do the video again. So, and that just happens. That's just part of videoing. You to know, I'm doing a little voiceover here. The paper line is Ciao Bella, the Muse. It's not Stamperia, so, or Stamperia. Just want to let you know. Really, really pretty. I love the image on the front. In this, I did use a paper by Stamperia, or Stamperia, whichever they call it. It was the Muse, so that was the name of this, and it's gorgeous. I love the pattern on this. Beautiful, beautiful. This is some of the book page that I have used to make the pockets in the journal. This was Beth Wallen's age tape. I watched a video of hers a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago, I should say a couple of weeks ago. But she had done some tape where she simulated the age tape, and she said it was simply well, she didn't say, she said cellophane tape, which any transparent tape. I use Scotch transparent, and I got the little, like the little 1/2 inch, because that's what you always see, and then the alcohol ink in caramel, and she said that's all you needed to do it. So anyway, I'm going to do a little tutorial video. It'll be a real quick one that I will have up in the next week. Anyway, show you how I do it, But that was brilliant. I just have run with it ever since I seen Beth Wallen do that. So just such a brilliant idea. And it looks very natural, because it does look like an old piece of tape. So fun. Don't remember if I showed you that. This is beautiful. I absolutely love this paper. As a matter of fact, I bought, this is a paper, the Creative pad, and then it's like the tags pad. The Creative 12 by 12 actually had a few tags in it, but I bought the bigger tag, just the tags itself as well, just to have that extra. So here is a little journaling paper. It's beautiful. This paper is just beautiful. So I used one, and I've hoarded one, so, and I'll probably hoard it for a little while. Here is a piece, you know, I've just cut out of the tag sheet there. It's notes. This is some fabric, was gifted to me by my dear friend Penny at Nantucket Ridge Crafts. Absolutely love her work. If you don't know who she is, if you'll just go to Facebook, she has a Facebook group. She sells her stuff on that group, and it's Nantucket Ridge Crafts, and it's her stuff is just so pretty. She's in the process of moving right now. She lives very close to me, about 15 minutes away actually, and I'm really sad that she's not going to be as close. So, but I wish her all the best. I know that it'll be an exciting journey for her. So there is just a collage with some more of that age-looking tape. Here is some quotes. This is from Virginia Woolf. It's "What is the meaning of life?" and it's just a quote there. I had ordered something some time back, maybe a couple years ago even. I know, and I've kept it that long. But in it was a little gift of vellum with quotes on it, and that come from, excuse me, that come from that gift there. So I've had it a long time. Here I've just got a little tuck spot, and these are just, of course, little journaling papers there. Just kind of added another little thing to mock the, collage there. And then here I've just put this tag in upside down. I left the back like it is and just tucked it in, did some collaging there, and this is a Westwood digestible tea with a pretty little teapot. Here is a couple little tags. And that's just a little journaling paper there. Some more quote with some of that little age tape. I love that. That just gives us that little touch of vintage. I think it's awesome. Here's just a little, I made a little tab with a little round cut out there. Some of that age tape. I reinforced the old book page so it wouldn't tear. Did some collaging on that, and then this is just a little tag that I've slipped in there. Another little pale pink. This is pale pink wallflower. Here I've added some more of that little tape. Absolutely love that idea. Just a little journaling spot there. Just give it a little something in the middle of the signature. Another tag with another old book page for a pocket. Here is a little pocket and another little journaling piece. And this is a flower that Sharon made special for something I was wanting. I went ahead and put it in this book. Beautiful, beautiful image there. And then this here, I just kind of put it straddle of the paper there. So cute. Just here's another little collage. This here is one of the pale pink, what does she call that? Barely pink. I called it pale pink, but it's barely pink. Medallions. I forget how many come in a pack, but they're in the shop with just some little, I don't know, the three different sizes or something. I can't remember, but that is the barely pink in the medallion. I kind of was wanting to give this a look that the flower was actually attached to the medallion in that pocket. That's kind of what I was going for. And then here is another little couple of bits of torn paper for your journaling. Another cutout from the collection. I've just made it like a tab. Here is another little journaling spot there, little journaling piece. I've used my round tab punch again. I've kind of pulled that out and tried to keep it out where I can see it. So maybe I'll use it more. And then this is just a little book for journaling or photos. You put your photos in it. And there is that. That paper is just gorgeous. But that is the Muse by from Stamperia or Stamperia. Is the last hardcover book, and then I'm going to show you my little puffy book there. This here is Girl of the True Blue. This one actually had a really nice spine on it. It wasn't really tore apart like the others was. The paper that I've lined this in is from Antique Paperia, or Papery. Antique Papery. On Etsy. I downloaded that, and all I did was just get a couple of sheets of things. Really, I didn't like get a whole kit, because I basically was wanting to just have the paper to kind of make the pockets and kind of you know, line my book out with, my covers. This is Nick the Booksmith's I don't know if it was random numbers, random letters, something like that. I can't remember what the name of the kit is. I got it some time back. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It adds just something on a page when you want something small. Pinterest images here. Just took that piece and just kind of made a little journaling paper there. It's so cute. That paper's just so cute. Here I've just kind of collaged on the glassine bag. This is a little booklet here. Just kind of love how this actually looks like it's on the glassine, but it's not. And then I did some collaging. This here was a, I believe it was a free, well, it was a download that Gina Wiseman over at Sophie's Notes had shared with the girls over there. She had some French ephemera, and she just shared some of the pieces with us. So that's what that is. And then here, of course, is the Pinterest image collage. Another piece there that's just from the paper where you can write on the back of it. This I cut out from an old doily and just did some collaging there. Pinterest images. All the images are from Pinterest. And another little, just a little booklet there. Just kind of ruffled the paper. I love how it sticks out. I just enjoy that paper so much. The pretty little, I don't know, it just looks so vintage. I just love it. And then here is like a piece of that French ephemera that Gina shared. This is a little booklet I made actually out of some deli paper, and then I reinforced it with a little bit of sari silk there so it wouldn't rip on the binding. And then here's the second signature, and just did some collaging. Here's some more paper that I've just stitched around and folded over. It's just so beautiful. I'll go ahead and take it off. And I love the greens and the kind of script writing on it, calligraphy writing. They had such beautiful penmanship back in the day. I just love the way they really took pride in how they wrote something out. Their handwriting was practiced for sure. And then here's just a collage, old Rolodex card. I still have some of them in the shop. I bought a big thing of vintage Rolodex cards some time back. I've had them for quite some time, but it was a big old box, and I still have some in the shop. And then here is just a booklet. There's some glassing, but this is off Pinterest here. Some more of the little random numbers. Here is another little booklet. Just some different sized paper in it there. Oops. I see a piece that I probably need to, that's supposed to be off of there. It shouldn't be there. Just kind of was still hanging on where I had cut the end of the bag off. And then here is just an envelope. There's nothing in it, but it is an envelope that I've just kind of collaged on and draped it over the page. And then this is just a little paper flip. Just did a little collage on it. And you can see where I've stapled it. Just put it over the top. So anyway, here is this journal. Absolutely love this. Love this. Okay, so that is the 3 hardback. And in the Etsy shop, these will be titled exactly how they are on the book. That is how I titled them for the shop. And then this here. This is so... oh, my favorite. Of course, Sagita Coffee Stains. I love her work. She is such an inspiration to me. She does such beautiful collaging and working with gessos and paints. And anyway, I hope to be good at this one day. But this, she so inspires me. I'm in awe of her work all the time. But this was inspired by a journal, actually, that I had purchased from her. It had a puffy cover, and she, of course, grunged her cover up, which I had thought about it, but then I changed my mind. I didn't grunge it up. I left it just nice and clean, and the rest of the book is all messy. So, but I have placed a piece of Tyvek in the inside, layered between the padding there, so that nothing would tear through like the pages or anything. So it has been stitched, and it, like I said, it's stitched with Tyvek, so just to give it that added strength. Used a bunch of vintage laces there. This is a little boy drinking out of a cup. Looks like he's standing on a little wash tub, the old metal wash tubs. And then I've named it Photographs. So I did that because I filled it with some fun photographs that were off of Pinterest, that were some of my favorite, that I found interesting. And anyway, I just really like the photos. So use some mother of pearl buttons. That is how I'm doing my closure. This, actually, all I have done was I have strung that kind of around, and then I've left this really long so that as your journal grows, you have plenty of room, you know, to just kind of move your things around here. So anyway, that's kind of, I did the closure very, very simple. And of course, I believe the fabric is just from Joann's. And I love this. This is so fun. So I've played with the gessos, a lot of stitching, the older photos from Pinterest, and a lot of vintage laces and just collaged pieces. So I've put a fabric pocket in the front. This is a fairly big journal, actually. It is about a 9 1/4 by about 6 1/4. So it's a pretty good size. The cover, of course, is bigger than the insides, but it's still a pretty good size journal. This also was one of the large flowers in the shop. The large, I believe they're just large fancy flowers or something. They're the big ones. And I have actually, I just coffee stained it is what it is. And I believe they're the large fancy flowers or something like that in the shop. So this is my booklet that I've just made with some vintage flashcards. I actually cut that flashcard down. Here is just a lot of collage, and I had so much fun making this book. So much fun. I still have to learn a lot about playing with the gesso and that, but I'm telling you, I love this. It's so sloppy and so fun. Just love it. And these, of course, are some of my favorite photos from Pinterest. I just love the older photos when they're in their overalls or the little handmade dresses and things. This is a little girl, I believe that's a chicken, pulling a wagon or something. It's so cute. I've used some of the old slides there. Just, you know, cut out the slide part and use the frame. This is from an old bingo card, I believe, one of the flimsy bingo cards. It's just some collaged fabric. Here is another just really fun photo. Just fun. And I've just collaged it all up. Another glass scene here with another little these are the little kids on the farm there. So fun. And there is that. And then these are a little girl there, a little boy, it looks like, with some puppies. So cute. And then this is the middle. Everybody seems to be playing with the windowed envelopes again. And so I've just kind of stitched around this envelope. And then I put a little booklet in it, a vintage flashcard with some torn pieces. And that's what's sitting inside it. So anyway, just thought I would put that in the signature there. Oops, if I can get it in there. Oops, yeah. So anyway, there is that. And then here is one of my favorite photos right there. And I believe I collaged over it, but I think there was a rooster. She was sitting there and there was a rooster on the floor. So anyway, but that's one of my favorite photos there. And then here is a man and a woman. It looks like they've been outside. He's got a hay rake in his hand. And here is just a little collaged booklet. And then here's another one using another one of the old slide frames there. A lot of gesso, a lot of collage, vintage laces. There I just used a little bit of a doily. I just kind of collaged it up. I love this woman. She just, I don't know, her and this little girl just looks like they've just really had to be working hard or something. I don't know. There's no smile on the face. It just looks like they're enduring the day is what it looks like. Which back in that era, I mean, they did work hard. That's just no joke. They worked very, very hard on the farm. And then this is the little picture with the puppies and the little girl again, and I've collaged it all up. And then back cover, this is just another, I actually cut this. This was a big envelope and I've cut it down, and I've put a little booklet in it. That's that little boy drinking out of that cup that was on the cover. And just, you know, just some paper. So fun. And I put that in there so that he was sticking out. You can barely see him, but I wanted him kind of sticking out through the little window there. And then, of course, a little alteration tag there. So anyway, guys, this is my puppy little journal. It's so fun. This one is definitely one of my favorites to play with that I've played with so far. So anyway, guys, I believe that's everything. It's going to be a long video. I apologize for that. But I hope you enjoyed the journals. So anyway, oh, one more thing. Still loving my reptile glue. This is what I saw the Posh Paper Lady use, and she said it was the only glue she used as far as, you know, glue-wise. And I love it. I love it. It's so much cheaper than the Art Glitter Glue, which I still have about 3/4 of a bottle of it left to use. But this here has just been wonderful. So anyway, if you want to see what I use, I have that in the affiliate link to Amazon in the description box. Go over and see my favorite things. That is just absolutely a must-have anymore for me is the reptile glue. So really, it's held the glassine, it's held my buttons, it's just held everything really that I've put it on. So so far I really like it. So anyway guys, I guess that's it, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day.